Local 3's news and weather apps take us with you everywhere.
We're going to keep you safe on the road this morning. At least we're going to try to, because Brent Burks is here with the McMahan law firm. He knows very well that if you drive in the Chattanooga area, especially these days, you're going to hit construction, seems like speeding drivers, you name it, you run into it on the roads. So good to have you here this morning.
Thanks for having me, Julie.
We were kind of talking a little bit off camera. You and Jay created this app. What, a few years ago now, right? A year or so ago?
Well, last year,
Okay.
and you know, haven't talked about it in a minute, and it's time to talk about it again because I want to make sure the public's aware of it. At crashcompanion.com, it's a free app. Everybody should have it on their phone. There's no reason not to. And you know, Jay and I were sitting around last year thinking, going, what, you know, we love to do stuff for Chattanooga. And you know, this is not something, people aren't paying us for this app, right? But we know that if somebody's in a wreck, you, your wife, your daughter, your son, your mom, your dad, your friend, you know, you want to make sure that they know what to do. People
Right.
don't know what to do. You know, I've been on these shows and I'll talk about what do you do in the case of a wreck. Well, we have an app that's step by step by step that just shows you and takes you through the process of what to do.
You know,
And it's so simple.
I talk to you very often. You would think I would know what to do in the case of a wreck because you've told me so many times. And yet I've had people in my family have car accidents before, and you get that phone call and you kind of freeze. You don't know what to do.
People freeze. Some people, their personalities are just shy, you know, and they think, oh, it's a confrontation. Hopefully it's not, right? You know, everybody's been in a wreck. I've been in a wreck. And
Sure.
normally people are nice, actually, or apologetic or whatever, but every now and then people are angry and testy. And then, but you're right, people get nervous. They don't know what to do. So Jay and I, we're thinking and brainstorming about it, and we put our money where our mouth is because, you know, developing an app is something that wasn't familiar to me. I'm a lawyer, right? And
Right.
it's super expensive. And we work with a company locally called Datably that set up this structure for this and really created the app, and then we tweaked it to try to make it as user-friendly as possible and to make it where it's functional to do the things that we wanted it to do. And we can go through the list of that, but the audience will see a little tutorial on here, and then they can obviously go online to crashcompanion.com to get more information about it. But it's a free download.
I love how though you seem to have kind of thought of everything. So like one thing that you mentioned in the notes you provided me, there's a prompt to let you get witness statements. That's really important.
It's so important. Most people at the scene don't even think to, you know, hopefully a police officer will do that, but one thing that prompted this is the City of Chattanooga Police Department, as we all know in the last year, has changed some of their rules about when they will come out to traffic wrecks. And doing what I do every day, we do have a number of cases now where people will come in and there was no police report made. And I get it, it's a time exigency question for the police. Do they have time to respond to a minor fender bender, or if it's on a back road and it's not a traffic backup, or perhaps there's no visible injuries, doesn't mean somebody doesn't hurt that night. They have certain rules like that. Well, how do you determine then that, you know, where were the vehicles? What's to stop somebody from lying about it later? Was
Right.
there a witness there? And so if nothing else at the scene, you could get the witness's name, phone number. If you can get them to make a statement, great. But you can download photographs right there, which is so important. Get insurance information. Most importantly, from the front end of this is notify your loved ones.
Right.
You're going to go ahead and ideally set up just in a few minutes all the information you want in the app that, heaven forbid, you may never need it. You hope
Right.
not. And then 6 months later, a year later, if you're in a wreck, then you've got that information in there. It's going to notify your loved ones. There's a one-step button to hit 911.
Yeah, that's great.
If you are hurt and you can get hold of your phone, you just hit that button and you can get 911. Download the photographs, get the insurance information, witness statements. If nothing else, it creates this nice digital file that you can use when you start dealing with insurance companies. And that's the part that nobody likes, right? That's why
Right.
people hire us. They can't get their property damage paid. They can't figure out a rental vehicle, or they do have injuries and the insurance company monkeys around with them about it.
Right. Something else you put on here is that it allows you at your office to get the police report. The first time my daughter had an accident, and I didn't realize that you had to, first of all, wait a little while to get that police report from what I remember. And then it's not easy if your car's been destroyed. How do you get there to get the police report?
Well, that's exactly right. And people don't know. I mean, it still amazes me. Sometimes they're ready in 48 hours. Sometimes it's a week. Sometimes it's longer if it's a really serious case or, heaven forbid, involving death. But we do it every day, and we can get it for you, and it's free of charge, and it doesn't mean you're committed to hiring us. We're happy to help talk to people about their problems if they want to, but there is a place to allow us to get the police report for them, and once again, that's free of charge.
I have a minute left. Of course, I want to show people how to get in touch with you, but twice you have mentioned kind of this philanthropic outreach on your part. You and Jay paid for this. The app is free. You mentioned y'all can get the police report. Doesn't mean they have to use you. Really, the service behind this is what you're all about, right? That's what drives you.
It is, and I will say it's well over 6 figures to develop an app, and I had no idea, and so this is literally putting our money where our mouth is. But we're serious about Chattanooga. We're a local law firm. I'm a Red Bank graduate. Jay's a Baylor graduate. Been practicing here 31 years. Never lived anywhere else, and don't have any satellite offices in Atlanta or Nashville or Florida or anywhere. And so we want to let the public know we're here to help Chattanooga and that we're all about Chattanooga and the surrounding counties. Obviously, we do work in North Georgia, North Alabama, but we're here and we're not going anywhere, and we believe in Chattanooga.
Well, here is where the one office is. It's right down the road from us on, are you Cherokee Boulevard or Dayton Boulevard?
701 Cherokee Boulevard.
Cherokee Boulevard. 933-1733 is the phone number. McMahanLawFirm.com. Download the app. It's free. It's called Crash Companion. Thank you.
Thank you.
West Yellow Knife Trading Post has everything under the sun. Shop our wide selection of soaker tubs starting at $599. New versions of mini splits as low as $895. Don't pay big box prices, but hurry, limited quantities available. You better get